let's move on to our discussion about this pandemic, this COVID-19. How does this COVID-19 impact all this generation? Or is there any generation that specifically probably how they're affected by this COVID-19 and how they react with this COVID-19? Maybe you can share that as well.
Okay, for this COVID-19,
it's also Gen X. Ya ke Gen X? Macam tak percaya je. Okay, sorry for that. Okay, please continue.
Yeah. Okay. For this COVID, right, there are two generations that are most affected. Okay. Number one is baby boomers.
Wow,
the other one is Gen Z.
Okay.
X and Y, somewhere in between, they are quite okay because they are already very much into all the technology and internet. So it's just a matter of enhancement only. Just use more, right? Like, for example, going to Facebook Live or going to, all this online stuff, right? It's just a matter of enhancement. But boomers and Z are the two generations that are badly affected. I'll tell you why. Baby boomers, right? Now, before COVID came, there were a big majority of the boomers, not all, right, who are not technology savvy, and to them it's like, life goes on and I don't need to go in, right? They can have mobile phone, they know WhatsApp and all that, but very basic stuff. But this COVID, have to push them out to do more of all the using technology. For example, banking. Right? They may be that person who likes to walk into the bank branch and queue. But after this, right, they know the danger and then they have no choice but to go into internet banking, for example, right? Grab food, up till now, they may like to drive out and go and tapao, just buy. But after this, they have to take Grab food already. Right? So this is the and in between, right, using all this technology, what I mean here is because of the mindset and all that, right? The level of stress is high for them to absorb. It is not as easy to the Y and the Z. Z is easy, pretty much easy, right? So it's a lot of stress. And given a choice, right, a lot of them will tell you, I still prefer the old style. So a lot of them, right? Now, there is one category of people who are in the kampong, right? Those who are in the kampong, for those who have datuk nenek in the kampong, you just look at it. In this pandemic situation, were they affected or not? If they are affected, they may move on and continue to use more digital. If they can continue their life without all this technology, they will not go in at all. Okay, so this is how it has. Yeah, that's baby boomer.
Gen Z also badly affected.
Okay. Why?
Why? What's your argument on that?
Education.
Education.
Okay. Right now, compare with Y and Z, as I said, our Y, they have their education very much the conventional style, still classroom, pen and paper with some level of technology. But now our Zers cannot go to school physically, right? They have to learn at home, right? Everything is online. So the key point here is, and they cannot interact, they cannot play sports, they cannot be in groups for discussion. Right now, in the past, people already complain. Gen Y don't know how to communicate because they always, is playing, their games and all that, right? But now, right, that is a choice, right? But now our Z are no choice, and parents, have to make them study. They got to sit in front of the laptop alone. Now they are still very young, but that is forming already. They are forming, all this interaction, interpersonal skills. What impact would that be as they go along, when they grow up, when they go into the workplace? It's a question that I would like to find out. Don't know yet. That will be a big impact. Yeah. After assuming pandemic is open, is cleared already, everybody can go back. But they have experience, right? Fully online. And there is the classroom. They know how to, Gen Z will be very different from Gen Y already. Gen Y at that time got no choice, and they still do all the conventional way. That is one major factor between Y and Z because of the education. Right, so Johan, you have children, right? So something I'm very keen to know, another 5 years, 10 years from now, what will happen to our Gen Z because of all this pandemic that they have to learn and study fully online. That will,
Yes, yes.
change the
I think
interpersonal skills.
there are a huge impact. Learning from
Yes.
my kids as well. They have to go tuition online, and to me, education, there are two parts. Of course, we want the information, and also
Yes.
the interaction part also plays a very, very important role, whereby the interaction will develop certain kind of what we call the soft skills.
Exactly. Yeah.
Communication skills, how you convince people. It's not just saying things, but how do you make that idea impacted. So these are the things that I think can be something that really affected the Gen Z. And I'm interested to find out more as we go along. And how long is this pandemic effects? If it is 1 year, maybe still okay, but if it's like 3 years, 4 years, nauzubillah, we are not touching we're not hoping for that, but if it is prolonged, so that thing, it will really change not only in Malaysia but all over the world, how people think.
Yeah. Yes,
Okay, so
and even after the pandemic is open, right, there's always the choice already. People can choose still to do online. For example, tuition. You don't need to send your kids anymore. It's so leceh to drive, right? Just do it online lah, right? So that will actually have an impact. And so this future Gen Z, when they go to the workplace, right, they will give challenges to Gen Y, who is the manager now.
which already happening, happening right now.